Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into gaming intelligence, really pulling back the curtain on the intricate, often unseen operational strategies and the advanced AI innovations powering the iGaming industry. We're focusing on what truly happens behind the scenes of every single digital transaction.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating area, especially I think for industry professionals like yourself, because it perfectly illustrates how incredibly complex these systems are, managing just vast amounts of data and financial movements all in real time.
Yeah.
So our goal here is really just to give you a deep understanding of these mechanisms, purely for informational purposes, of course, not to encourage any particular activity.
Absolutely. And just a quick note for everyone listening, this deep dive is strictly for insight. We don't encourage gambling, and we really urge you to play responsibly and follow your local laws. Right. With that said, let's unpack this intricate world. So let's start right at the beginning. When you, as a user, you confirm a digital transaction in iGaming, right, what's the immediate sequence? It must be lightning fast, right?
Oh, it truly is. You have to imagine this like lightning fast dance happening behind the scenes. It's all in under a second. First, the system performs a really crucial validation check. And this isn't just a technical nod, It's the system's first line of defense, making sure things are fair, preventing exploitation. It's asking, is this market even open? Are the terms, like the odds, still stable? If not, it might reoffer, maybe just reject it outright.
Okay, so it's basically making sure everyone's playing by the current rules.
Yeah.
Right then and there. No delays.
Exactly. Spot on. If it passes that hurdle, then comes acceptance. That's the green light for the transaction. And immediately after, it's all about logging and storage. Every single detail, from your stake to the timestamp, selection, terms, it's all meticulously recorded in the central server. It creates a permanent digital footprint. And finally, before anything else really proceeds, the fund hold. That money is reserved right from your balance, making absolutely sure it's ready for whatever the outcome is.
Got it. So it's logged, money's held, almost like it's an escrow, you said. But what happens if the system sees something maybe suspicious? How does AI step in to flag certain transactions? What kind of red flags are we actually talking about here?
Yeah, that's where AI truly shines, in risk management. It's crucial. See, these platforms are constantly trying to maintain balance and, prevent exploitation or manipulation. Algorithms and AI are basically the eyes and ears, constantly monitoring the transaction flow. They're looking for anomalies, anything that suggests maybe an unfair advantage or a potential risk to the platform itself.
Can you give us an example? Like what would trigger one of these flags?
Sure. Think of situations like maybe a disproportionately large transaction on a very minor event. That looks odd. Or a sudden, unexpected surge of activity on one specific outcome. Why now? Why this? Even consistent successful activity by what the industry calls sharp participants. These are, highly sophisticated players, often leveraging advanced data or maybe insights others don't have that can be flagged, or suspicious timing, like, say, a transaction placed just before an event update hits a delayed stream. That could give someone an unfair information advantage.
That's fascinating. So if the AI does flag something, what's the system's automated response? Does it just shut everything down for that user?
Not necessarily a complete shutdown. No, that's usually too drastic. If flagged, the system might automatically say, limit future activity for that account. Smaller stakes, perhaps. Or it might introduce a brief delay in accepting subsequent transactions from them. Just a few seconds, maybe. It's kind of like a digital bouncer, Observing closely and adjusting the entry rules just enough to maintain integrity, but without disrupting the whole flow for everyone else.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got this transaction logged, potentially flagged, funds held. What happens to that money then? Is it just waiting in some digital limbo? Where does it actually go?
Well, what's truly ingenious here is how that money is managed. The reserved amount enters what's typically called a liability account. Think of this as a kind of holding pen for all the active transactions that haven't settled yet. It's absolutely crucial for the platform to manage its real-time financial exposure, making sure they always have enough cash on hand to cover potential payouts. Then, if your transaction results in a gain, the payout that's your stake multiplied by the terms, the odds is calculated and updated in your balance. Pretty straightforward. If it's a loss, well, the amount simply stays with the platform. And if the underlying event gets canceled for some reason, the transaction is typically just voided and your original stake is returned. No harm, no foul.
That makes perfect sense. Clears things up. But what about more complex scenarios like those multi-part transactions, accumulators, and things?
Right. Good question. For multi-part transactions like accumulators where you combine multiple individual bets into one for potentially higher odds, the payout isn't finalized until all the parts are complete. Every single leg has to settle. This is also why concepts like partial cash-outs exist, by the way. From an operational standpoint, they let platforms settle portions of a multi-part bet early. It gives you, the user, a kind of psychological incentive to take a smaller, guaranteed payout and reduce your overall risk, while also helping the platform manage its own evolving liabilities on that complex transaction.
Okay, interesting. So once an event's outcome is finally known, how does the system officially verify it for the payouts? It can't just be based on, I don't know, some guy watching TV, right?
Absolutely not. No. Reliability is key. The system relies entirely on official, trusted confirmation from dedicated data feed providers. Think companies like Sportradar or StatsPerform. Highly specialized. Once that external data feed confirms the official result and it's verified by the system, boom, the market is officially settled. Successful transactions are automatically processed for payout. Unsuccessful ones are cleared from that liability pool we talked about. And any linked incentives, like maybe bonuses tied to that transaction, are triggered automatically.
Wow, it sounds incredibly automated, which is impressive for the scale.
Yeah.
But is there any human intervention at all, or is it just pure machine intelligence running the show?
It's largely automated, yes, for speed and efficiency. You couldn't do it otherwise at this scale. But human oversight remains absolutely crucial. It has to. Humans step in for handling disputes, obviously, or for those unforeseen exceptions. Technical glitches, maybe event suspensions, things the automated rules don't neatly cover. This human touch ensures fairness and really maintains the system's integrity when the automated systems encounter something truly anomalous or, need a more nuanced decision.
This has really been a master class in back-end complexity. It's so clear that just a simple click initiates this incredibly sophisticated, multi-layered process. Leveraging cutting-edge AI, robust operational strategies, it's far more than just a simple win or lose scenario we see on the front end. It's truly a dynamic interplay of technology and finance at massive scale.
Indeed. Exactly right. The unseen sophistication of these back-end operations, driven by real-time data and advanced AI, it ensures both incredible efficiency and meticulous risk management. You need both. It truly transforms what appears to be a pretty simple user interaction on the surface into this complex, tightly orchestrated system running underneath.
Absolutely. And thinking about it, this level of systematic intelligence isn't just confined to iGaming, is it?
Yeah.
What insights might you listening gain about the hidden complexities of maybe other fast-paced digital industries, or even the future of automated decision-making perhaps in your own field? Definitely something to mull over until our next deep dive.